Hey, welcome to the Good Game Report podcast. Today we have GG Stav, Brian from Good Game Report, and Deli from the 501, also from Good Game Report. So today we're hoping to talk about the new Fortnite update, obviously. We hit on that about every episode. We would like to hit on Boarderlands and the new game coming out. And we would like to touch on, Rainbow Six Ghost Recon? Is that the new one?
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Well, get it right, dude.
Yeah, such a bot.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, is that the name?
Yes, yeah. Definitely. We're gonna start off talking about Fortnite and just that whole update that came out recently. I know Uncle Stav, you have a lot to say. So, basically, what's happened so far in Fortnite is they've made only great decisions with guns. Just totally got rid of the pump. It was a useless weapon. Nobody liked it. And then they brought in this whole futuristic theme where, we have Neo Tilted and Mega Mall and the Slipstreams, which I'm actually legitimately a huge fan of. But Stav, I know you've been playing a lot of that. What's kind of been your experience with it?
So I did about 6 hours of streaming today on Fortnite. I wanted to throw my computer out for about 5 of them. For people that haven't seen it yet, they got rid of the pump, like Nelly was saying, which is a staple for Fortnite. They inserted this combat shotgun, which is basically a faster tack. All are trash. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm very interested to see what the World Cup players do this weekend with it. I feel so bad for those guys that, millions of dollars are on the line, and they just inserted this combat shotgun in there. I wasn't having fun at some points today. It was very weird to take the pump away. It's just very head scratching to me. I know Deli, you've played it a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you kind of agree? Are you in the same thing? It's kind of head scratching. Like, what do you think?
It really, it's just such a sudden change. And I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I read something on Twitter. My brother showed me on Twitter. It was talking about how with the drum gun coming back and the shotgun, the new shotgun, it's the summer meta is so built towards these all the kids that are coming out of school. They're gonna be playing Fortnite all day, and so they're trying to make the meta as easy as it can be for these kids that are gonna be playing because they're not in school. So it's that's where all the kids are gonna be at is all day is Fortnite. So
yeah,
I thought it was. Since they put the drum gun back in, they're like, we need to, lower the drum gun pump combo. But the drum gun only came out like 5 days ago. So they were obviously thinking about taking out the pump for longer than that. They just continue to kind of take steps backwards, and it's just
something that Epic Games is known for. They've had many games in the past, a lot of successful games. One of them's Paragon is a MOBA style game, and they had that game. That was kind of their front runner for a while. They had a pretty strong community. They weren't quite competing with games like Smite and League yet, but they continued to bring in new things every week. They were adding a new character every couple of weeks, and then to the point where the community was getting tired of all these new things they were adding, and everything was breaking the game because they were so unbalanced. And then the game eventually died because Fortnite just got so popular, and they just killed it. So they just have a track record with this.
To me, and Nelly, if you agree too, you were talking about how you like the new streams and everything in it. I do like all the map changes. I think Neo Tilted's pretty sweet. I think the Mega Mall is pretty sweet. I think a lot of people are going to miss Tilted and Retail because those are very popular spots. But the map changes are never really an issue. It's always about the guns to me. What do you guys think about that?
So here's my thing. With the map changes, why I'm all for them is because it does give players that new spin on their old game kind of thing. So, Tilted and Retail are different, but they're also somewhat the same. So, I wouldn't fault Epic for that. I enjoy it because it does. I'm not good, but I enjoy dropping Tilted, and so it does add a little bit of a new kind of spin on things. Of okay, now I'm out of my routine, and it's kind of fun. I feel like the fault in that with the gun changes is the fact that you want the new experience with the same kind of technique. Like, you had your thing going with the shotguns and the drum gun, and then they totally changed the map and took away the shotguns. So I feel like that. I do feel like the taking rid of the pump, even though I'm a huge tac guy, was kind of a mistake. But at the same time, like, with all these professional players, I feel like the big thing for them is just going to be, as fast as they can, learn to adapt to what is now there. And I do think that's a little unfair, but at the same time, they're pros.
I'm very anxious to see the World Cup qualifiers this weekend because this is the first week, brand new gun, brand new map, as we mentioned, and these guys are going to have to adjust, like that in order to win this money and qualify for a huge tournament. Like, it's going to be crazy. I can't wait to tune in tomorrow. Viewing party on GG_Stav, by the way, Saturday and Sunday. So, I can't wait to see what these guys do with those streams. So it's gonna be pretty entertaining.
For me, like, this update, everything outside of really the pump, like even the drum gun to me, I know a lot of people on Twitter don't like the drum gun, but I'm bad. And so the drum gun allows me to have some kind of chance in fights. But outside of the pump, like, everything about the update, the theme, the futuristic theme, the streams, all that stuff, like, I really like that. Like, it's a really good, refreshing update to the game that adds a lot to it. And outside of that pump, like, I think everything about this update has been pretty nice.
Has anybody experienced? I was playing earlier, and we can move on to Borderlands right after this if we'd like. But has anybody experienced glitching and kind of lagging issues? Like, I feel like it's not as smooth as it was a week ago. Like, I was putting builds up, it just felt like slow, kind of like I was in quicksand for a little bit. I don't know if anybody has touched on this. Deli, Nelly, I don't know.
I haven't. I don't think I've experienced that. I know since the update yesterday, my game crashed a couple different times yesterday, and my brothers did too. So I know there was some crashing, but I don't know about any of that stuff though.
Nelly, have you seen any of that? They have bug issues every week, and they're pretty good at fixing most of the bugs. It's just kind of, it's like, there shouldn't be bugs. You're updating it. Don't have bugs. Like,
yeah, for me, the big ones were, we were actually having trouble getting into a game earlier when we were all streaming, just the GG crew, and we queued up 5-6 times. And
the matchmaking errors were popping off.
And then on top of that, I haven't had any crashes, but I have had huge rendering issues of, like, I'll walk up to a building and it just looks like a bunch of hexagons and polygons with color. Like, it doesn't actually have the texture.
I had a friend who was playing, he started playing the last 2 days with the new season, and, like, it was to the point where, like, he would load into a game and it didn't even load in. He would go straight from the lobby to the bus, and then the bus to the ground it would never load in any of the textures, and it was like, it just, like, never would load in for him.
Yeah, so that's been my big thing with it, which has been pretty annoying.
It should be pretty interesting to see. I'm going to give them a week and see what they do over this next week to see if they can update it. I do think the pumps will be back, because I think social media is going to be pretty big about getting those things back in. I think we're at a wait and see kind of moment. Hopefully Epic just listens to people and gives everybody what they want. We have 2 really big Borderlands guys in here. Nelly, I don't know if you've touched on Borderlands at all. I haven't played too much. I saw the Borderlands 3 trailer come out, a month ago maybe, and I was like, what is this game? I need to find out everything I can about this game. Deli has recently been streaming it. I know Brian said he played the first one and the second one. Guys, what's Borderlands, and what can we expect coming from the third one coming out?
I'm gonna let Deli go off this one. I haven't played Borderlands in a good while, but all I can say is just pure fun and nonsense.
Yeah.
everything Gearbox is. It's just nonsense and fun.
Well, I think every gamer's in it for fun, so I think we're off to a good start here. Deli,
Oh,
what's Borderlands? Give us a breakdown of what you think it is. And 3. Let's tell the world.
Okay, so what I get from it, because there's so many perspectives that you could have on something, but Borderlands is a game where it's like a post-apocalyptic setting. You're this vault hunter, and you're looking for the vault, pretty much. There's a lot of crazy things in between you and that vault, and there's a lot of crazy enemies, and it's just a whole, like Brian said, there's a lot of fun, and it's just madness, really. And so there's a lot of guns, a lot of things you can pick up that make you better, different guns and things you can put on, like armor.
yeah, and a lot of. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
A lot of Borderlands is very much wrapped up into like the gunplay and just kind of like being able to just be completely outrageous with, like, oh, all of a sudden, I have this pistol, and then you just whip out, back in the first game at least, you whip out that with that one dude, the 2 machine guns, and just start going off, and just a lot of just shoot stuff and have fun with it.
Yeah, so back, I think it was 2 months ago, they announced that they were going to remaster the first game, and they basically did some updating to the first. They remastered the first game, and then they did some updates to the second game and the pre-sequel game. So there's 3 out total, and they did some updates to those along with their announcement of Borderlands 3, which is coming out in September. And so that brought a lot of hype to their games, and so I started playing the remastered of Borderlands 1.
How do you feel about that remaster for Borderlands 1?
It was pretty good. Like, it was well done. Me and my brother actually started streaming Borderlands 1 before the remaster because of the hype coming to it. And so we played the Borderlands before it was remastered, and then got to experience the Borderlands after it was remastered, and like just the difference in quality of how different from a game from 2009 to just the life updates that it had in 2019. Like, it's 10 years old. That game, like, I just made the joke like every 5 minutes, like, this really had 2009 be, wasn't it? Because it's just like every time it was like there was things you would run into, things like invisible walls, or the gun animations were glitchy, or you would like it just seemed such an old game. And the just the amount of quality of life updates that it brought, it just like it really like just made it a lot better.
So Deli, I tuned in for a couple of those because I saw the trailer and I saw that you were streaming them. So
yeah,
I wanted to kind of get a glimpse of what Borderlands was, and I tuned in, and I said in your chat, and I was like, dude, this is like a Mad Max version of Fallout, Like,
yeah, I mean, for sure.
Post-apocalypse, you're out there you have to survive. Maybe not to the extent that Fallout you have to survive, like drinking water and stuff like this, but I was watching, I was like, dude, this reminds me of Fallout, just kind of the setting. And I was immediately just like hooked, and I was like, dude, I can't wait for Borderlands 3 to come out. I can't wait.
Yeah, it takes that idea of like the post-apocalyptic setting, like Fallout or Mad Max even, and it completely blows like the seriousness of it out of the water. So like there's just like no seriousness. It doesn't take itself serious at all. Like everything is a huge joke in the game. Like everything's funny. There's a lot of comedic parts to the game, and it does just like all the madness combined with that. It just like
I personally think Borderlands 3 is going to be bananas. Brian, what do you think Borderlands 3 might bring to the table? Like, do you think it's going to be a very good streaming game? Do you think it's just going to be kind of something that people just hang out and just kind of play for fun? Like, what do you think Borderlands 3 is going to be about?
To be honest, I was watching the actually some gameplay of Borderlands 3 when they're announcing the game, showing off extra trailers. Some streamers got to stream. They had their own plugin that they made for Borderlands. You can see everyone's loot,
oh yeah,
all the characters. It looked real cool, and it fit in with the Borderlands look. So it seems like it'll be a game that you can watch a stream, but it seems like it'd be more fun to play with friends, because Borderlands is just that go-to custom, or go-to co-op game that you and your friends are hanging out. You pull out Borderlands, and it's just always fun and great. And all the updates they're doing to it, like now it's going to be tons of guns with legs, like in the trailer. It just looks fun.
So when I was watching it, Deli, with you were playing with your brother. It's a co-op game, right? Like
it's all built on the idea of you and 3 other friends moving. Like, it's fun by yourself, but when you have your friends with you, the craziness is just 100 times better.
Can you do a solo like campaign though? Kind of
yeah, it works like I'm trying to think of something.
It scales.
There's levels to the characters that make them more difficult depending on how far you are into the game, but like it's built around like however many players are in the game, and so it's easier with one person than it would be with 4. Like the enemies might be more difficult. It'll be built for 4 people.
Yeah, I believe in Borderlands 2 they had it so there would be slightly more enemies, and if you had more people playing, then the enemies, like if you had 4 people playing, they would almost all be like badass. Yeah. Which is not me just trying to swear. It's me actually saying how they classify characters. Like
one of the that's actually one of the characters' like names. Like that's a classification.
Dude, can you just watch your language, dude? This is
I realized that right after I said it, and I was
he's yelling at us the entire time about swearing, and he just throws out the ASS on us. Dude, there's kids out there.
Dude, jeez. Glass Joe 13 right now is like, how toxic is GG Nelly?
It's embarrassing on your part, and I'm ashamed to say that you're going to be an alum of Plymouth State University. Let's go on to Rainbow Six, Brian.
Before we move on to Rainbow Six,
let's go on to Rainbow Six.
Back to Borderlands though. Before we move on to that, I do have a question on what do you guys think of the new characters that they have for Borderlands 3, because I know like Borderlands 1 was pretty solid, Borderlands 2 was pretty solid. The Handsome Jack collection, there was one character that everybody played, and that was it. Unless you were like hated yourself and played Claptrap. But so what do you guys think of like the new characters that they're adding into the game?
I kind of know who I want to play, but other than that, like every single one looks extremely fun. So
yeah, the Beastmaster character looks like something that I would want to play, because just being able to like have these beast monsters just on your side, it sounds fun. Like, I think they showed it off in the trailer. I'm not sure though. I know there's leaks about it and everything, but all the characters look like they'll be extremely fun to play.
Yeah, everyone has such a different play style that like it really appeases to like anybody that's gonna play it. Like the character has a play style to them that just like is made for them, really.
Can I ask you guys a question? So you know how like Apex kind of has like their own individual characters? Does Borderlands kind of have that same feel to it? Like each character brings something different to the table?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, each character is they might have like different basic things, and then they have their abilities and their skill trees. Their skill trees are all different from each other. So as you play, you level up and you gain skill points, and you put skill points into certain things where you may put plus 2% damage on assault rifles, or plus 3% damage on my beast that I summon from my Beastmaster character. Like, there's just so many different, and then once you start leveling up and you get farther in the game, like you're building your character, and when you get to a higher level, you have all these things built up, so you're so much stronger, and then you do certain things, you combo off certain things and that kind of stuff. And as a team, it really adds like that implement of team play, because you have these characters that play differently from each other and do different.
I'm watching a trailer right now of Borderlands 3, and it looks sick. Like it just looks like a great game. Like every gamer would want to play. Like I'm literally just picturing Mad Max out there, Tom Hardy just rolling up, just dropping people with crazy guns.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for this thing to come out. It sounds like you guys can't wait for this thing to come out. So
it's definitely my most anticipated of 2019 that's announced so far.
Yeah, I think Borderlands 3 is one that would be good. And I think one that would actually be good if we got GG group stream.
Yeah, the stream, the thing that they have set up for streams is really nice. Like Brian was saying, they have like this plugin thing, and they have the extension that you can set up to where people watching your stream can open the extension while watching and see your skill layout, your backpack, what you have in your inventory, and that kind of stuff. And they can just see stuff without you having to look at it in game. They can check it and look at their own, like on their own extension page.
Yeah.
That trailer was sick. I just watched 3-minute trailer for it. I'm in.
It's
I'm
nice.
I'm all in. It's gonna be my first PC game that I buy or whatever. It comes on Steam or whatever. I'm a console guy. I don't know what to say, guys.
Speaking of that,
guy.
it'll be on the Epic Game Store as of right now.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can use creator code GG stuff. Just kidding. I don't have it because I'm a bot and I don't have the code yet, but I can't wait for that stuff. So,
but yeah, so
I'm super excited.
So yeah, moving on though to Rainbow Six. Brian, this is your field of expertise.
Spotlight. We're spotlighting you right now.
Tell us about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon
Breaking Bad.
Walter White.
Breakout. Yeah, it just got announced yesterday. It was actually tied into the last Ghost Recon game, which is Wildlands, which is really fun. It was a reboot after I think it was 9 years of the game, something like that, from going from linear, story by story, to just an open world. It was real fun, and now this new game kind of picks up off of that, and the way they have it set up, it just sounds fun. You're gonna be on this island. It seems with that's kind of being overrun by these rogue ghost agents called the Wolves, who are led by a character who was in Wildlands, he was in the last limited time event they did. Who's actually being voiced by the guy who did the Punisher for the Netflix series.
Oh, so, hell yeah, that show kicked ass, dude.
And modeled after him too, so
it's going to be a pretty hard time taking him out because it's the Punisher. So what
can I would let him win every single time.
But the way they have this set up is that they really wanted, since you're trapped on an island with no way out, they really wanted to feel like you're trapped. They have survival elements, an injury system. When you get shot in the leg, your character start limping, and he will constantly limp. There's no regen on that. You have to get into cover, craft band-aids, heal yourself back up. Or if you get shot in the arm, your recoil might be just destroyed. There's terrain and stamina. If you fall down a cliff, you're gonna start tumbling. You might get a distance from the enemy, but you're gonna take some damage from that. You're gonna start limping, maybe. It sounds amazing. There's in the trailer or the gameplay walkthrough they had one of the ghosts lay down in the mud and cover himself with the mud so you wouldn't be seen.
Wow.
Which it looked awesome. The game looked amazing. There's a buddy carry where you can pick people, you can pick your teammates up when they get down, pull them out of cover, and heal them back up. Because it's not you can just die, respawn. It's more tactical, they want more infants on stealth because survival. You're kind of trapped on this island. There's this prone bleeding out. When you go down, you bleed out. Like any other game, but there's the blending when you're in prone. Cover yourself in mud, like I talked about. There's the AI is what they really focused on, which the whole story is based off this drone technology thing called Skell, something like that. Which they tied in with every Tom Clancy game. It's pretty much they're taking drones, putting guns on it, making cars that can turn into giant turrets. It just looks amazing. There's tons of game modes and progression that they're gonna be adding, and they even have the end game and post launch, all that ready to go once the game comes out. The first raid, which is one of the end game things, is this James Spawn type mission where you got to go to this volcano island evil lair thing and infiltrate it. It just looks awesome. I can't wait for this game to come out.
Anything Bond related, I'm very interested in. Just to let you know.
It's if you go on the website for it, looking at the picture, it's just a giant volcano with the fire, the flames coming out, smoke, and this fortress on the outside. It looks fun.
So the last time, sorry Nelly, last time I ever played a Rainbow Six, it was on N64. Like, that's how long it's ever been. I didn't realize what I was getting to, but you touched on the stealth base, and I think Rainbow Six does a pretty good job about staying on that level, about being stealthy and, you know, moving around in like kind of like a mental kind of game. Would you say that the Rainbow Six games kind of have that niche, and that's what they play off of, you know, about being stealthy, kind of like Metal Gear Solid in a way? Like, I don't has anybody played Metal Gear Solid out here? But
yes.
like it's about being stealthy and, you know, being smart, thinking ahead of your plays. Like, it's those games are crazy to me because I just want to go in and just take my Tommy gun out and just W key straight into someone. But you have these games that just different aspect, you know, kind of takes you away from the aggressive approach to being like, all right, let's play it. Let's play this game out and let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Now, I do
So
want to know, because
I
you
would
said,
like to clarify one thing really quick. Somebody much smarter than most of the people in the podcast right now just clarified Rainbow Six is a different franchise from Tom Clancy.
But
yeah, I was going to mention
we-
that. I didn't want to cut you off. It's
we
still
are
the
sorry.
same franchise. Like, Rainbow Six is part of the Tom Clancy series, but it's like Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six are like kind of different games. But all the Tom Clancy games are all like tactical shooters. Like, it wants you to be, you know, instead of just running and gunning, you know, like a Fortnite, just jumping, you know, no care. It wants you to play more like pulled back, you know, watch your ammo. You know, there might be an enemy looking at that guy you're about to take out, which might alert the whole island, and, you know, just stuff kicks off. I mean, it's I've seen the character talking about the characters. I watched a video from the Inside Gaming, and they're talking about the characters. The class system just looks amazing. Like, there's a field medic, which of course it's a medic, a sharpshooter, you know, it's a sniper, a like a frontline type guy with RPG, just a big heavy guy, and then the most interesting character, which I would say is their more stealthy character, which they call the Predator. Or no, sorry, that's not it, what it's called. It's the Panther. That's what it was. Which
Black Panther.
Black Panther. She's
Great
actually
movie.
like super. She looks super fun to play because when you're watching the walkthrough trailer that they posted, like, she goes up to a guard and just takes out his knee, and they start struggling, and she just, you know, just has her knife out, and it just looks interesting. Like, she looks like a character that's probably the most fun to play. But the game's coming out in October, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, October 4th this year. Yeah, it looks real fun. I really just can't wait to play it.
just to clarify, I just watched a clip of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six and N64. So, yeah,
Same game. But yeah, no. I mean, both of those sound like great games to kind of look forward to.
Definitely. I didn't even look into that today.
Is Tom Clancy? Is that one coming out in 2019 or is that 2020?
Yes, it's coming out this October.
This October. Oh, wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, you know, for sake of time,
announce
me
it
too,
and
honestly,
release
yeah.
it right after that.
I'm definitely all about that. But yeah, so for sake of time, I'm gonna move into the last portion where Brian, Deli, you guys can both plug something that you have that you are really looking forward to, really into right now, that you want to promote on the podcast and our 5,000 listeners. We don't have 5,000 listeners.
10,000.
Yeah, that only goes up. So yeah, anything that you guys are doing right now that you want to plug?
So I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/DeliFromThe501. My Twitter, Instagram, all those things, all DeliFromThe501. Everything's the same. All one word.
So like, what's the big thing you're going through right now for your stream?
He's from
streaming?
Arkansas. He's from Arkansas. That's what he's going to promote.
I'm streaming. I've been streaming Fortnite with the update. I haven't streamed in a couple of days, but I probably will some more this summer. And I like to play other games. I'm playing Fortnite right now though, so kind of variety, whatever I'm feeling at the time, really.
Deli, if I can cut you off real quick, can we just get a real congratulations for Deli from the 501? He's graduating college tomorrow. He's walking across, getting his diploma.
Yeah.
Hey, pogs to you, man. The future's in front of you. Go get it, baby. All right. You're very, very bright kid. I wish you all the best. I mean, we talk just about every day, but this is just a way for me to say congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go get him. All right.
We'll see what we do.
All right, Brian. You're not graduating tomorrow. Let's hear your closing thoughts. Let's see what you got.
Well, there's really not much going on. You can follow me at Instagram on Brian.The.Editor. I am an editor. I'm certified in Premiere Pro. I like to edit, something that I enjoy. I haven't really posted anything on my Instagram, so you look on it, it looks empty. It's not a spam, I swear. It's legit. I am planning on posting some stuff soon. I have some stuff lined up that I'm also gonna put for the the GG website to post on. It's some memes, some spicy memes actually that I've been working on. By spicy I mean just one. I'm not busy, but it took a lot of work, kind of, when I get the chance. But that's really it. Just Instagram. Brian.the.editor. It's real complicated. I'm sorry.
I'm when I get my 400th win, I'd like to work with you. I'm trying to go in and out with all of our editors at GG and reach out and work with someone. So my 400th, I'm going to work with you. If you're down, make a nice video. We can post it on YouTube and do all that stuff. So Brian, if you're down, I'd love to work with you for my 400th win. Nelly, what do you got you got a closing thought or anything like that?
Yeah. So first off, couple things I want to say is Days Gone.
Yes,
hands down.
Hit on this, please.
Needs to be game of the year. If it isn't,
it won't.
I absolutely know it won't. But whatever takes that place is wrong, because Days Gone was just beautiful. The story, while it started off a little rough, was amazing. It was just one of the best games.
You've got me interested for sure, because I honestly wasn't that interested until I listened to the last episode, and so now I'm definitely looking into it.
So beautiful, dude. The graphics on it are stupid good, and I had a blast watching this guy play this game. It was crazy.
I can't recommend it enough, honestly. And on top of that, there's another game that's coming out that I'm just stupid excited for now, which is going to be much different than Days Gone, but Black Sad, which looks like just Zootopia mixed with... I haven't
even heard of that.
Zootopia the movie?
With Wolf Among Us, yes.
That was an awesome movie.
It was. And I was also trying to find the name of the streamer that gave me a raid the other day. But
shout him out. Shout him out if you got it.
I'm trying to. So why don't you go ahead and take your thing, and if not, I'll edit into post.
All right, I just want to. This is going to be kind of a weird flex, but I just want to thank every one of my followers and Good Game Report. Earlier today, I hit 100 Twitch followers, which has been a huge. It was my yearly goal, and I hit it in May. And I want to thank everybody here. I know Deli pops in all the time. I play with him. Nelly comes in. I play with him. I can't thank everybody enough for helping me get to 100 followers on Twitch. It's like kind of surreal, like you start off and you're just like, all right, I'm this bot that's just playing this video game, just kind of having fun. But it means so much that, there's 100 people out there that actually hit that heart button on Twitch just to watch me play video games, kind of yell sometimes, drink sometimes, and just be an absolute average video game player. But thank you, everybody, so much. Good Game Report. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on a podcast, broadcast my my videos, host me. I love the Twitch community so much. I can't say enough about it. It's so much fun just doing this. Road to 200 starts today, so the grind doesn't stop, people. Just keep going and just keep having fun playing video games. That's why we're all here, right? We're all having fun playing video games and talking about them. So
Yeah.
I love everybody out there. I've had a blast doing this so far.
Yeah. And the streamer that rated me while I was playing Days Gone the other day was Screwed. That's it. Just Screwed. SCRUDE. If you hear this, pop into his channel. I don't play enough to actually give him any viewers, but I would love to do it back. Give him a follow. He is an awesome streamer that just took initiative and popped into my stream while I was playing Days Gone and allowed me to get to my most successful stream of 12 viewers at one time. I got 3 followers out of it. So Screwed, I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are or what you do, but I have skills.
A very
particular set of skills.
A very particular set of podcasting skills where I can call you out and say, "Hey, thanks, man."
That was pretty cool. I was there and I texted Nelly on the side and I was like, "Dude, you just got hosted by guy who had 7 viewers. This is pretty sick." And you did a great job with it. Pogs to that, dude. Everybody who spreads love on Twitch, you're doing it right. So keep it up. Keep it up, Twitch community. Keep it up. Gaming community, Fortnite community, whatever it is community you're in, just keep it up and keep the positive vibes going. It's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Good Game Report podcast. This is episode 3. Episode 4 will be happening next week, where we'll be talking about, I don't really know yet, but we'll be talking about something, and you can bet it's going to be entertaining, and we're hopefully going to have some more guests on next week. So yeah, thank you so much. Please like the Good Game Report on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. We will be making a Twitch here in the near future. I said it on a podcast, so it's actually going to happen. And yeah, all right. You have a great night, and you have a good game.
Peace.